Hello, Aquarius Risings. Thank you for being here. My name is Dr. Mick Collins with Saber Tree Consulting. This is going to be January's analysis for you. Yes, I realize that I am late to the game. I apologize. I will be better or be trying heavily to be better, but I have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old. And sometimes I have limited time because their needs are always going to come first for me. However, if you would like a consult with me, feel free to head over to my website. If you would like to leave me a little something because you like what I do, all tips are appreciated over at Ko-fi, Coffee, and Venmo. And let's get into what January has in store for you. So on last Thursday, January 4th, Mars moved into Capricorn. And so Mars enjoys being in Capricorn. It's where it's exalted, or it's one of its happy places besides being in its own signs of Aries or Scorpio. And so what this means for you while he's here until February 13th, which is the day before Valentine's Day, it's time to stop self-sabotaging. Okay. Lean on friends and family to increase your idea of your self-worth and self-value. In 2 days, we have the Capricorn new moon. And so for you, you're going to want to beware of your finances causing a mental woe or a scarcity mindset. And once again, lean on your relatives or your relationship with friends and family to have a new mental health start. Okay. This is going to be a 6-month process. This isn't like, you have the new moon and then you set the goal and then immediately like the mental health snaps into place. This is going to be a slow and steady process that is not linear. Having better mental health is never a straight line. There's going to be ebbs and there's going to be flows, and you might have the goal of having better mental health, which is a great goal to have. Okay. But when you hit that wall because how you're doing it isn't working, it's okay to formulate a new plan to get to that same goal. Okay. Pivot. Don't stop. Don't give up. Just move. Okay. On this Saturday, January 13th, we have Mercury entering Capricorn. And so it's time for therapy. It doesn't have to be with a therapist. It can be with a best friend, somebody who has more world experience than you, or somebody who knows you that you trust, not a hidden enemy. Okay. Not somebody who's a frenemy, but an actual like person who has your best interest at heart. And so talking out will work wonders. Retail therapy might feel good, but it's going to have a long lasting effect on your bank account. So maybe don't, or maybe think it through and see how much you can spend without it causing a problem for you in the future. The following Saturday on January 20th, it is Aquarius season. So happy birthday to those of you who have the sun in Aquarius. And so this is putting a focus on your physical state and breath work. Okay. When our nervous system goes into hyper mode, or when our brains are scattered and our emotions are high, the stress levels are high. And in order to reduce the negative stress in your body, having moments of breath work where you are taking deep breaths and making sure that your shoulders are no longer at your ears, that there's less tension in your physical form, will take those stress levels and bring them down, so that that scarcity mindset of, if I don't do this, if I don't have that, if I don't do this, things aren't going to work out, once the scarcity mindset, once you being worried about the basics of life, take, even if it's only for 2 minutes that you're doing deep breathing, it will help you drastically with your health, okay? Your physical health, and your emotional state. Um, so your emotional state and what you need from family, um, you'll be able to talk about that and what you need, and they might be at odds with what you think you need. Um, that's the thing about going on a mental health journey. Okay. And I can say this from experience. The moment that I moved forward, the moment that I realized I didn't have to prove my worth to anyone, that I didn't have to prove that I was worthy of having my needs met, I got pushed back. Okay? And it's not because you aren't worthy of those things. It's because a lot of times the people who are in our lives who we're related to by blood have not done the work to realize that they don't have to prove anything either. And so you get this, well, you think you're better than me. You think you're smarter than me. You think you have the answers to everything. It's that's not true. You're working on yourself and what you need and what boundaries you need in order to be able to maintain proper mental health and proper physical health. So if you decide that you're going to be going to the gym, if you decide that you're going to be working on your breath work and you're sharing those things with your family and you're saying, these are the things that I'm working on, and they're giving you crap about it, it's okay to know that they're not acting in good faith. And there is a saying that a lot of family members like to throw at people who are trying to get healthy. And they'll say, blood is thicker than water. The actual phrase is blood of the covenant is thicker than water of the womb. And what that means is your self made family, the people who love you, adore you, hype you up, are your biggest cheerleader, do not have to come from blood. You can make that family on your own. And those people are always going to have your back. Just because you're related to somebody from the womb, which is genetically through DNA, that doesn't mean they're your people. Okay? So just keep that in mind. The next week we have on that next Saturday, no, wait, I lied. On the 23rd, which is a Tuesday, we have Venus moving into your sign of into the sign of Capricorn. And so there's a couple of options here. It might be that your therapist you found has finally earned your trust enough to get into the nitty-gritty with you, or maybe a romantic partner that works in the health field is being introduced to you. So either way, not too shabby. The last big transit of the month, Aquarius risings, is the Leo full moon, and that is on Thursday, January 25th. Okay. Whenever we have a full moon, new moon cycle, it is approximately a 6-month journey. Okay. So whatever you started at the Leo new moon over the summertime, okay, is kind of wrapping up. Okay. Why did I sound like that when I said okay? That was ridiculous. So how is the new partnership from the summer going? Here's hoping it's gotten to the point where it's you set new boundaries about your standards and expectations and how they benefit your mental health. Okay. And like I've told other people when it comes to boundaries, boundaries are not like, I don't want you to do this thing. Boundaries aren't about controlling other people. You can't control other people. No matter how much you want to, you can't. All actions have consequences, though. So if you say, I need this for my mental health. And then they decide to not do the thing that you need. The boundary is, when you do this thing, this is what I'm going to do when you do that thing. Okay. So, for instance, over here, um, sometimes I say things that royally piss my mother off. Because there's this thing that happens sometimes in relationships between parent and children. Once you're an adult yourself, sometimes your parent still sees you and treats you as a child. I might be your child, but I am not a child, right? And so over the summertime, we got into a little tiff, and she was purposely saying something to try and hurt me. Okay. Um, and so I just went, okay, okay. And then the next day I called her and I said, "You remember how you acted yesterday?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You lashed out at me because something I said hurt you. And so you were trying to hurt me in return, even though the thing that I said wasn't with the intention to hurt you." I said, "If you do that, if you keep lashing out at me, if you cannot control your emotions and act in a respectable manner, then I won't have conversations with you anymore." Okay. So I can't control her. I can't control her not being able to hold her tongue when she's hurt. But I can say, when you act that way, I'm not going to engage with you. I'm not talking to you. And then she gets the choice to either act right or to change. I mean, or to just not have a relationship. It's up to her. It's not up to me. But if that's what I need, then I'm going to let her know, this thing you did, it's not okay. And I'm not going to abide by that behavior. I don't care if you're an adult. I don't care if you're my mother. I don't care if you're my only mother. Right? Because a lot of times people will say about parents, "You only get one." They know that. That doesn't mean they get to treat you however they want to treat you. Um, and so, yeah, that's that. That's my little rant for the day. Once again, thank you for being here. February stuff is going to be up on my Patreon on February 15th. I mean, on January 15th. And then February stuff is going to be here on YouTube by January 29th. That is my goal. And so if you want to consult with me, head on over to my website, sabretreeconsulting.com. If you would like to leave me a little something, I would very much appreciate that. And the links for Venmo and Ko-fi are in this somewhere, until next month, or until I might do something about the new moon. I don't know. I'll see you later. And remember, you are worthy of all the good things that are headed your way. You don't have to prove shit to anybody. Bye.